So let's talk a little bit, if we can. I referenced GE's early efforts in the global realm long before it was kind of fashionable. This conference is called ServiceNation, but I think we'd all agree that it's more about service in the nation serving the larger world. GE's been there. They've done a lot of neat things for a long time. And John, how does GE look at the decision to spend its resources globally? And what do you think are the opportunities that you're seeing emerge that other companies might, jump into? For instance, we've seen work going on that's so exciting in AIDS in Africa, malaria, tuberculosis, et cetera, clean water. But what are some initiatives or some areas in the global markets that you think could be exciting for service?
Well, it's kind of interesting, Jean, because as I look at the companies that are involved in this, and there are many great ones that do a lot, the same can be said for all of them. If you're a company, you're in the business of solving problems, meeting needs, and being an attractive place for your investors to park their money, or you're going out of business over a short time or a long time. And the same can be said for efforts to solve the world's problems. I mean, global healthcare, rural electrification in India, clean water in lots of places. There are 2 billion people in this world that don't have access to the basics. And our efforts around trying to help solve those problems are around creating sustainable results, as I talked about before, and you do that by ultimately creating attractive places for people to put their capital. So we may do something to start, but our goal is to create an equation that works for people who want to invest, because that's the sustainable solution. We can drop 15 water purification units into Indian villages, and in 2 years they won't work because they won't have parts, there won't be people around to maintain them, and all that stuff. But if we work with the local government and we create a distributor and we bring parts and we teach people how to maintain the equipment, then 15 can become 500. So it has to be an attractive, there really has to be an attractive business proposition. Otherwise, we're giving stuff away, and at some point, we learn this in healthcare, it won't work. And it won't be sustainable. We got to find sustainable answers. And so whether it's healthcare in India or clean water in rural China, the same is true applied to the broad set of technologies that are necessary to solve those problems.
John, I agree. And at the Case Foundation, we've been invested in something known as play pumps, and it's a children's merry-go-round, and as the children spin on it, it brings clean water up from deep in the ground. The federal government partnered with us, and it's a $60 million campaign, and they were early with a $10 million investment. And it's a great public-private partnership because that $10 million of early money by the federal government leverages $50 million in private sector money.